Hi, my name is Alexander Valadares. I'm going to be answering questions 2 and 3 of the RAGBRAI case study in Chapter 14. So, question 2 was to evaluate the event or facility's long term impact on the host community, including both tangible and intangible effects. So, intangible effects, positive effects that I noticed of the RAGBRAI event were major and international promotion for the event estate as a result of hosting of the state of Iowa hosting the RAGBRAI cycling across the state event, and also increased of civic pride and engagement. That was something that was noted earlier in chapter 14, how events such as like a medium scale event like this one usually leads to increased civic pride, which was also noted in the case study about how a lot of people volunteer and not for profits and local businesses assist with running this event. Another tangible long term impact I saw after reading this case study was increased bike lanes, road improvements that were necessary for the bike race itself, but also stayed in place after the race took place. Increased charity fundraisers. So the case study stated that multiple charity groups would raise money in addition to supporting the event and financial gain to local bike shops. The case study also noted that a large number of bike shops in the state of Iowa participate in the event, and as a result, the bike shops themselves were able to host clinics in preparation for the event, but also they saw increased customers coming in during the events and even afterwards because of the result of increased bike lanes and road improvements. More people in the state of Iowa itself also began to cycle. And question 3 was identify methods to evaluate legacy and success of the event. So, one method that I think would be very effective in analyzing this case study would be the control case approach. And the control case approach has us compare infrastructure developments if an event was hosted and if not. And this one is pretty clear. So, in this one, infrastructure developments that we saw for sure were increased bike lanes. So, that is pretty clear, and increased road improvements. And the road improvements not only benefit the cyclists, but also the car goers, transportation such as buses, and anyone driving through the state of Iowa itself are using the roads. But in the text of chapter 14, it notes that the control case approach, while it is a good method, should also be supplemented with something else. And I think another method that would be really good to supplement the control case approach would be the top-down approach, which the top-down approach asks us to evaluate the legacy by comparing economic indicators with the same indicators if the event had not taken place. So as we can see from the case study itself, how much of a significant impact the RAGBRAI event has had on the local economy. I mean, even going kind of tying into the control case approach, all the money that went into infrastructure development, such as the roads and bike shops, that went into the state itself, but also the charity fundraisers that was noted in the case study, how they raised a significant amount of money, and also the financial gain to local businesses, hotels, restaurants, and stuff like that. It's pretty clear when analyzing from the top-down approach that that the financial indicators show that if the event had not taken place, they would have lost out on a significant amount of money because the financial or the economic indicators show that because the event had taken place, a large amount of economic growth was able to take place.